Listener discretion is advised. Hello and welcome to Comedy, the podcast that helps you find new, emerging, and undiscovered independent comedy podcasts. I'm Greg, the host and curator of comedy. Today's episode is from Not So Nefarious Criminals. Not So Nefarious Criminals is a Patreon-only podcast, so if you want more of this, you're going to have to subscribe to a Nefarious Nightmares Patreon. But I think it's worth it. Not So Nefarious Criminals discusses lighter-hearted and victimless crimes or stupid criminals. Think Florida Man, but also all of his cousins. If you like today's episode, make sure to check out the episode description for links to subscribe. All right, let's get this show started.
Begin.
Yeah.
Cool up in here. Skip. And we talk about
it.
Crimes, man.
True crime.
Crimes.
Petty crime.
That take on the essence of
Florida.
Not so nefarious criminals.
That was kind of a bit much right there, but
That's just methed up.
you messed up.
Let's see what we got cooking.
I get it.
Man, y'all be paying for this shit.
Yeah.
Hi, Sonya, Amanda.
Hi, Courtney. Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, that worked out really well, didn't it?
That did. How are you?
Yeah. Good. I'm here. You know, I had to work today, and for those that don't understand what we were talking about, like with the potatoes, so you know, Sonya is taking over for our trader. I mean, my best friend Amanda. And she was like,
Amanda
"Oh, we're
3.0.
she was like, "We're not recording this video because I look like a potato, right?" And I was like, "I also look like a potato, so you are all gravy," and that kind of worked out because mashed potatoes are gravy.
Yep.
Hey, so how have you been doing?
I have been well. We just had the hurricane pass through here, so that was a fun experience. My first hurricane.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that was
I
fun.
don't experience that here in Texas. So
We just had like 45 mile per hour winds and a shit pot of rain.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was beautiful and sunny.
We experienced things like Greg Abbott. So today is National Pumpkin Spice Day. Did you notice that?
Oh. I'm not a pumpkin spice person, so no, I did not notice that.
I'm not either, but you know, because Amanda's not here, I should just kind of mention that. It's also National Black Dog Day, National Fire Pup Day. What the hell? My daughter would like.
Yes, I was going to say
Marshall.
that's a Marshall.
Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol.
National. Okay, I'm gonna leave my favorite one for the last, like I always do, because there's a good reason why. National Homemade Cookies Day, National Green City Day, and last but not least, National Hair Day.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that one either.
Yeah, and it kind of like brings me to like hair bands, you know, from like the 80s, 90s,
Right.
you know what I mean? Hair bands. Oh,
Yeah.
You know what? We have a guest or two.
We do.
Yeah.
We're trying to be ever so good over We're here. being ever so good. We'll be ever so quiet.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was leaving my favorite for the last, which is National Hair Day and hair bands, because we're talking to like the most nostalgic people in the world, and one of my favorite podcasts, like for sure, the Doom Generation podcast. Welcome, Tessa and Nicole.
Hello,
Welcome.
for having us. Hey.
Yeah, so tell everybody, we've got 4 Patreon members, so tell them.
Big
We
crowd.
also have 7, but
Oh,
2 are
that's right.
people that one lives in my house and one works on
Hey,
our
this
podcast.
isn't a pissing no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you know.
I'm like, so
It's all like,
technically we have 5, but hey, 7 give us their money, whether we know them
Right?
in real life or not.
There you
so.
go.
there you go. Recurring
So-
charges.
So tell everybody a little bit about your podcast, because I could just go for hours and hours talking about you guys, but I'd just rather everybody hear.
I'm glad someone can, because I don't know that we can go hours and hours talking about our podcast.
We're like, I don't know. We show up, we talk about some
It's
movies.
very casual. It's all about old movies from usually between 70-something and 2001, I think, is as far as we've gone.
I think so.
Anything that we grew up with, whether it was a good thing, it's a favorite movie, or it was just on all the time, and it was just one of those movies. And so the premise is supposed to be things that doomed us,
Right.
but we're actually kind of still working on a doom scale, like where we're actually going to start grading things on like how much
We're giving ourselves extra work.
we're giving ourselves extra work by trying to make a cute little thing where we rate something on the doom scale, but we're still trying to figure out what our categories are going to be for that.
Right. So,
Oh my gosh.
more things, new
Y'all gonna
developments.
make my wheels start spinning with that.
Yeah, mine too. I'm like sitting here thinking, like,
That's
So yeah, it's
cool.
just super casual, just us hanging out. Usually another friend is here with us that's not on mic, that's our research assistant that they Google for us because we're terrible at.
Yeah, but we take notes and stuff. But we take notes and then we don't use them.
So our notes, or at least my notes, are just watching the movie and really just typing what's happening. So anything funny that happens is not scripted. It's just what we say to each other, because we don't watch together and we don't take notes together. So it's the improv of that conversation of us going through this movie now together in a room, and just whatever asinine things we say
as usual. Yeah,
in that hour.
Pretty chaotic.
Yeah.
So, and
that's
pretty
why
much
y'all kind of risen a little bit in like the indie podcast, like popularity, whatever that thing. I think
it seems like we've found kind of a little niche being girls that do pop culture. There are a ton of pop culture podcasts, but there's not a lot that are just girls doing, and that aren't doing all girl movies. You know what I mean? Like girl movies. Like I can't see my air quotes, but like romantic movies and teen comedy. Like we try to do all scary movies and action movies, and so it appeals. Our gender thing on the analytics is 50-50. So we're like, hey, that's a win,
right?
And that's really hard to accomplish, because like with true crime, we're about 99%.
That's
strange.
We slip into it though. Like,
we have true crime moments for sure.
Right, because it was bound to happen.
There's anytime something comes
unavoidable.
up, because Tessa's really knowledgeable about the true crime. So when that comes up, she's like, "Oh wait, hold on. This person in this movie was killed or killed somebody." Yeah, exactly. So we have to take a little moment out here and again for true crime moment.
Always time for true crime.
Well, I like the way that you had described your podcast, because the way that y'all like format it and everything sounds very, very much so like what we're going to be doing today. So it's like kismet, you know what I mean?
Very like that. Yeah.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining. I've been really looking forward to this.
Yeah,
this is a shitty day, and y'all are here. And it's all better now.
It's nice to talk about something else for a change, because every podcast I think we've been invited on, right? Except for Full Circle, but that was the Fierce Bitch Happy Hour. That wasn't an official.
That was this day.
One of their
episodes. Also Hangs too. So
that was just
the majority have been talking about other movies.
Yeah, it's other movie podcasts that want to talk to us about movies. So this is nice to be on something, just talking about something totally unrelated.
Right.
Yeah.
I kept freaking out all week. Like,
people.
I need to watch a movie and I don't.
No, we didn't have to watch a movie for this. It's great. I didn't need notes. I mean, I had my research, but it's not. I didn't have to write anything down.
I got my phone. It's gonna be real loose.
Yep.
Well, this is definitely gonna be. It gets wacky. I like this because you were talking about like how y'all don't have to do any research, and it's great because like I found one of these stories literally like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So all we do is just read the article and react.
I had one for like since you asked, that one I sent you the meme of that I was like, oh, have you done this one? Because I need to do this one. So that one I've had for like a month or more, but the other one I just found like 20 minutes ago.
Well, I had trouble like finding some that weren't quite so dark.
Yeah, I tried to make
that was my issue.
I was like, I'm looking for a little more funny, a little more lighthearted. Than, you know, some of them were a little.
I tried to do that thing where you go Florida man in your name, and it was like somebody with my name who was murdered, and I'm like, no, I want the criminal to be Nicole. I don't want to be criminal. I don't want to be a murder victim. Like, let me be a weird thief who stole something weird or something, like something interesting.
Oh wow! I wonder if my name would even come up. I bet you it doesn't.
Yeah, I know your name's more unique.
What was it?
That's
like
a
Florida,
really
your
good
name
idea
and crime?
because we most of the time, like Amanda or any of our guests, really will pick them out based off of, like what their birthday is.
Oh no!
I
check
tried
it
that
out.
and I couldn't find mine.
Felony,
Oh, I found a ton on
inappropriate,
mine.
school,
I couldn't
whatever.
find mine.
Look at that.
That wasn't
there's one
gory.
for you. Well, now I just found one 2 minutes ago.
There you go.
I win.
All right, so I think since there's 4 of us today, so we'll go in alphabetical order. And it's funny because my name starts with a C, so then there's CNST.
Ah, there we go.
So Courtney, Nicole, Sonya, Tessa. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Perfect.
Awesome. So I will go first, and mine's pretty short, but I found this on Facebook, and we briefly alluded to the hurricane earlier, and I hope everybody in Florida is doing okay. Obviously, a lot of people needed things with this, such as like housing and rides. So this guy put up a Craigslist ad.
Oh gosh, that always is
Always
a
does
winner.
well.
Oh, I
when it
know.
starts with Craigslist,
Right.
And I don't want to diss him, but he looks like the type that would put out this Craigslist ad.
Oh, that mustache.
Yes.
Got the
Those
handlebars.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
I feel like I can hear that image.
Hang on when you're riding his face.
Oh, yes. For hanging on, baby.
Where's my bush light?
Yeah.
Bush light.
Leaves a space for his can, for his
Natty
Bush
Ice.
Light or his natty ice can in the
Right.
middle.
That's where
It's
it's
really
really
sad.
Starts on Saturdays.
My husband drinks natty ice. Also, real quick segue onto that for just a second. So I know y'all have to be familiar with Gallagher, the guy that mashes the watermelons.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Fortunately, but unfortunately, my husband kind of looks like Gallagher.
He
Right
does.
down the Sonny, you've seen it.
Just like distant cousins.
Okay. All right.
Kinda.
Not
Yeah.
like
I
his
mean, he's
twin
not
that like
bald,
took over his persona.
Yeah, he doesn't have the. As long as does he have the hairstyle? That's really all that matters,
Right.
He doesn't have bald part.
Okay.
Okay.
So
all right.
it's like
kind of a
frizzy,
little
kind of, but
wild.
it doesn't have the bald spot in the middle.
Does
I
he
will
smash
send y'all a
watermelon?
picture of him. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, does he smash fruit though?
Right. The real question here.
Well, he gets a little perverted, so I'll be like, no, you look like Gallagher. And he's like, he'll say something along the line. He also tells a lot of dad jokes, so he'll say something along the lines of, I've got some fruit I could smash. And he'll look right at me and I'm like, no.
No, that's not it.
Gallagher's not doing it for me, babe.
That's not
Sorry.
the one. Fetch me my
We
trash
roleplay
bag, Kate.
Anything else?
Anything else. Literally anything but Gallagher.
Yes.
Please.
No, my husband's very handsome. He's the handsome.
The
He's
handsome guy.
handsome
Gallagher's
Gallagher.
handsome twin.
There you go. Have a twin?
He does, and he
He has
stole
a
a bunch
twin
of
who
money.
stole his
like,
act
he
or
stole
something?
his act. He stole
Yeah.
his identity or something, and like took money from him.
Yep, I remember
Oh.
hearing about
Gallagher's
that.
twin.
Maybe that's why he got so bitter and racist all of a sudden
I
in his
think
old
so,
age.
and I
He's
think
all
one
angry.
of them's dead. Isn't one of them dead? I don't know.
Not
But
Gallagher. I
Gallagher
don't think.
got bitter and racist?
No, yeah.
I
He's
think
not.
so.
He's not cool anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta find somebody else that my husband looks like.
Yeah.
Wow.
Find another comparison.
Right. Gallagher's definitely not doing it for you anymore.
Yeah, well, because nobody really hears anything about him, so it's like
That's
it wasn't
true.
something that was way publicized. Because who the fuck's Gallagher anymore?
Right, like, who gives a
but
shit?
if it's on your radar, yes, there were some stories maybe 10 years ago.
Well,
Oh my
that I think he
gosh.
had went on a racist
tell me
tirade
about how
somewhere
I'm really
or something.
not that surprised.
Right?
Though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, he seemed family friendly, but whatever.
well, it was the
So did
fruit
a lot of
smashing.
Gen Xers. So.
Yeah.
Right. It was the 80s. It was a different time.
It was.
So I normally will start off by reading the title of the article, but since this isn't really technically an article, it's a screenshot of a Facebook post or Craigslist post. So the title of this Craigslist post is, "Do you need a place to ride out storm, Jacksonville?" So he goes on to say, and he misspells ladies, which pisses me off because if you're going to say ladies in plural, it's Ladies, not YS.
Ladies.
Also, the punctuation is horrible. So I'm just going to read it exactly how it sounds. So, hello, ladies. Single man here looking for any single woman needing a place to stay in Jacksonville to ride out the hurricane.
Yeah.
I live alone, but hate to sleep alone. It's more fun to cuddle, hold someone. I don't drink, smoke, or do drugs, but 420 friendly. I have a clean home with room to spare.
All right.
Yeah, he's all
White,
make his face.
5'8", 160, blue eyes, and lonely. I've always wanted to be with two women at once, so we can work something out. LOL.
Two chicks at the same
He's
time.
rolling.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
right?
he even
really
has
wants
that
to ride
mustache.
out this
does.
hurricane.
What's his name from Office
From
Space?
Office Space. He had that same mustache. The two girls. at the
Right?
same
Know what I do?
Oh, maybe it is him.
Right? It's a place
I
to
always
ride
wanted-
out the hurricane.
Yep.
The hurricane.
That's what he
I've
calls
always
it.
wanted to be with two women at once, so we can work something out. LOL. You must respond with picture and tell me what you want to do or looking for. If you're looking for something long term with a good man, 50, don't look it. Yeah, you do. Or act it. LOL. No picture, no reply. I like younger women. Age is just a number. If you send a phone number,
Oh,
like he says, phone number with your picture, I'll call you, not text. Call. If I can't talk to you, I'm not interested. Plain and simple. I'm too old for games.
Well,
Okie dokie.
that veered very sharply into some.
I love it how they're
questionable
like
crime
begging, but also
territory.
being demanding. Fucking
Right?
choosing beggar.
Choosing
like,
beggar.
Yeah. Like, so you get what
Right.
you get, bro.
I want a hot 17-year-old
That doesn't drink,
that
doesn't
doesn't
smoke.
drink, doesn't smoke, that's got to have like all the weed.
Right?
And then I need you to come down here and write out this hurricane on my
Must send
stash.
photos. Yes.
Must send photos. I'm going to call you. I don't want to text.
It's because he
I'm
knows he can't
looking at the
spell.
wallpaper.
Right.
I
behind
wonder
it.
if he calls his mustache his hurricane.
Yeah, that's
I
what
bet
you're
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah,
That's what
its
he
name.
calls it.
The hurricane.
That's probably what his move is called.
the hurricane.
The hurricane.
Ooh.
He gets down to the crotch, shakes his head back and forth really fast.
He's like, Gale Force wins, baby.
Oh my goodness.
Here comes Category John, or whatever, I don't know, whatever his name is.
God.
Okay, I've really got to find out his name.
I know it doesn't say a name.
No, well, hold on. Give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find it. But
Oh, that's funny.
all I know is, okay, actually, hold on. It says, no, it's somebody that reposted it. It was somebody named Jeff. But he said, look for the
could be a
helpers. You will
Jeff.
always find people who are helping. Fred Rogers.
He put a
Hurricane Jeff.
Mr. Rogers quote in his.
Or maybe the person that reposted
Oh, okay.
it.
Probably.
So
That would
some
make it
of
even
the
worse.
comments, one of them said, that's one way to find shelter. Seems legit.
Yeah.
Ick, you know. Oh, this is just sad. He thinks he doesn't look 50.
Yeah.
Looks over 50. And who the hell would be interested in a 50-year-old man who doesn't act 50? Does he act 15, 30, or 80? But hey, there may be someone out there for him, to each their own.
There's someone for everybody.
There
here we go.
is.
Well, he used no punctuation on top of the other creepiness. I'm out, and 50, don't look it, eye roll. And my face twisted more and more with each line. And you know what, Michelle? Mine did too. And
I want to know how many replies he had. That's what I want to know.
I know. Did anybody seriously reply? I wonder.
I know. Like, was anybody that desperate to write out Hurricane Jeff? Ride on Hurricane Jeff.
Yes.
Hurricane Jeff.
Hurricane Jeff.
Yes.
Ladies. Ladies.
Because this is, like I said, it's Craigslist. It says Florida Keys, and then it says men seeking women. And yeah, I'll look it up. Maybe, maybe not. It'll probably, we'll see. We'll see if there's any responses to that.
Well, mine is actually mostly centered on the name, interestingly. The article that I have, the reason it's funny is the person's name.
Oh, well,
Okay.
Florida woman named Tupac Shakur arrested after allegedly attacking man with baseball bat. So yeah, I saw a meme of this and I had to go look up the article to see if it was real, and indeed.
That's her government name?
A 34-year-old Miami woman named Tupac Shakur has been arrested after being caught on surveillance footage assaulting a man with a baseball bat. So yeah, that is her name.
She did it like this. She did it like that.
And so yeah, apparently this isn't the first time she's done this. She's had a few felony charges for assault.
Well,
and then it closes with, while she's almost certainly not the slain rapper who died following a shooting in really?
She's almost certainly.
Almost certainly.
I'm not entirely sure.
But they said, but Wednesday marked the 26th anniversary of Tupac's shooting on September 7th. So this was from earlier in September. So yeah, it's unclear what prompted her attack, and it's unclear why she appears to be named after a legendary West Coast rapper.
No, she never explained that.
She
was like, I'm not going to tell.
If she was given that name.
Well, how old was she? Is she
34?
34, so...
Too old, I think, to be named after Tupac, right?
Born in like 88.
It was a long time ago.
Well, but when we were 10, she was born.
Never
Did you know who Tupac was?
No, I'm just saying, like, if she was born, like, when he
it's a family name.
But
she's
it's
related.
A family name. I thought if she was younger, if she was born, because that was a long time ago.
I don't know. It's spelled the same in everything.
Did you see that statue of Tupac where it was like, who is this man? I'm sorry to this man. I don't know this man. I don't know who it is. But the statue is not Tupac Shakur.
I have not seen it. Where is that?
I forget, but they didn't even put him in the leather corset thing that you would know him from.
Oh, Tupac means royal. Tupac means royal.
Well, obviously.
In Incan origins.
Oh, interesting.
So there you go. It does have
maybe that is her name. Maybe that was her name.
But yeah, I just
the follow up on that one.
Right, I'm going to need to follow up on that.
Google alert.
I need to know why her. Yeah,
because that was only earlier in September of this year, so I'm probably still ongoing. She probably still got to go to trial.
Right, she still has court dates. Tupac Shakur.
Where's the dockets?
Right, I want to read the minutes from whatever you call that shit. The court transcripts. That's what I want to read. Show me the receipt.
That reminds me. Someone just gave me the nickname Court Date.
Nice.
I don't know if I like that.
Your name is Court Date.
It works because your name, but like, is it fitting?
Right?
Well, they're like, because you run a true crime podcast. And I'm like, doesn't mean I got a court date.
Right?
We just stick to like Courtney or something weird like that.
We're not pro-criminal.
Right? I know.
Yeah. We're pretty anti-criminal here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's some crimes I'm like, whatever.
Well, when we're not talking about murder, sure.
Well, no, not murder. I'm not
I think
like
you guys
pro-murder.
pretty much, or not, it's not exclusively murder, but that's what a lot of your guys' stuff you cover is, yeah? Yeah.
I'm not here to say murder.
That's what you guys do, right? That's your hobby? Murder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Murders and executions.
The heavy shit.
Right.
That's what we do all the time. We do the heavy shit.
Right. The white drugs of life murders. White drugs of crime.
Drugs of crime.
Yeah. There was one article that we were reading off that reminds me where somebody had actually like hidden syringes in their ass.
Oh no! With like the caps on, I hope.
I mean, but still, even with the caps on, that's
playing a dangerous game.
Which episode that was?
Well, did they put it in a tube like Freeway?
Like put it in a condom or something and stick it up there?
It was
not like
it was in hair rollers, wasn't it?
Oh, well then there you go.
But still,
they just found a bunch of syringes and he offered himself.
It was
he was talking about how he had syringes.
2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. It was very recent.
This was the one that we did with Murderish.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, but we were talking about how maybe like if he'd put it in like a condom or something, or I don't know.
Maybe that seems like you're playing a dangerous game. Yeah, loose syringes, multis.
Oh yeah.
Aye.
Not worth it.
Nope, not worth it. Not worth it. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, nothing's worth it. Nope.
So yeah, the white drugs of true crime.
Right, the white drugs of crime as murders. And ass syringes.
Sonya Amanda.
Oh, yes. Gravy. Okay. I have drunk Florida man arrested at Olive Garden after eating handfuls of pasta. And this happened on April 14th, 2019, or was posted on.
What time?
4:10 p.m. Eastern.
Did they offer like what the weather was like that day? No, I'm kidding.
Okay, So Tampa, Florida, police called to an Olive Garden in Naples, say they arrived to find a shirtless man shoveling spaghetti into his mouth with his bare hands.
That sounds like a party.
I
mean,
mad
if he
I wasn't
paid
invited.
for the pasta, if he paid for the pasta and it was his pasta, so
Then
what? He
right,
used his hands.
right.
Let him eat however he
It's
wants to.
Spaghetti.
That's
Well, I
messy.
mean, like, is
Messy.
he like throwing it around? Like, is
Right.
he eating like Cookie Monster?
Well, I know they
'Cause
said he
that
was
could be a
shirtless
problem.
though, so the
Oh,
shirtless
yeah,
could be a
he's
problem.
shirtless.
No
yeah.
shirt, no service, no spaghetti.
Here's
No
the
shoes, no
picture.
shirt. Oh,
Interesting. Was he at the insurrection as well?
right. Was he also there
cousin,
on
it's
January
cousin.
6th?
Second cousin it.
Second cousin it. Twice removed.
So he was found on April 7th. So it was posted on the 14th. He did it on April 7th, and he was found intoxicated and resisting arrest. According to an arrest report, police responded to a disturbance call at the restaurant and saw Peggett eating pasta belligerently as he was muttering obscenities, and he was not wearing a shirt.
Oh my god.
A restaurant
You didn't
worker
want to get
said,
lost on it.
right? That's just good laundry care, you know?
Right? That's just smart.
And a restaurant worker said Peggett had been asking patrons for money outside and shouting obscenities. The officer gave Peggett some paper towels to clean up the mess before he was placed under arrest. He was in the patrol car, and he began hitting his head up against the metal cage of the car's partition and cut his head. He was booked into jail and later released on a $2,000 bond.
Okay.
Wow.
I
That's a lot
have two
to
things. I have two takeaways on this. First of all, how do you belligerently eat pasta?
I don't know.
I feel like there's no other way.
muttering while he's eating the pasta.
Like, it can be difficult to, like, those noodles can be unwieldy sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's the only way is to, like, attack it.
I just pictured
Aggressively.
him in like caveman style, like
oh,
and like boxers, just give me the pasta.
right, like great.
what I
mitts
pictured.
full
When,
of
like, why did
pasta.
they serve a drunk shirtless man that came
Right.
in the restaurant?
That
Why didn't you
didn't-
just tell him, no,
like,
sir,
you gotta go."
have a shirt?
Or you just gotta
Because
go.
it's
You were
Florida.
outside yelling.
It's Florida.
That's true.
No
That's
shoot,
true.
no
Well,
shirts, no
takeaway
service.
Yeah.
A $2,000 bond. Like, I love Olive Garden.
It ain't worth that.
No Olive Garden pasta worth a $2,000 bond.
Well, did he get belligerent because he was not served them breadsticks? Because that
That's
pissed me
what I'm
off.
saying.
I know, yes.
They forgot the
That
Good point.
pissed me off.
Endless.
I got nothing to dip this in.
I would have been belligerent as well.
Right? I'd be eating belligerently.
Or maybe there was no silverware brought to him, and he went, you know
Right.
what? And he took his shirt off right there
He
in the
was
booth
like,
and
"That's
was
it.
like, fuck it.
I've asked
shit
multiple
up.
times
I asked 3 waiters for fucking
for some
silverware.
silverware,
so
not
that's happening.
one fork.
That's what's
So
happening
now
now.
you're lucky I'm not eating it with my feet.
I paid $25 for this fucking Olive Garden
Right?
pasta.
I'm gonna eat
eating
it. I'm eating it. Bring me my
Yeah, he was
salad.
being pretty inventive, wasn't he?
right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we're just looking at this the wrong way. Maybe
If he
had
didn't hurt anybody, I don't think that's a crime, especially if they made
Right.
him clean it up with paper towels.
Right.
before he
He's like,
left.
you gotta clean this up, sir. Sir, you're gonna have to clean this up. Here's some paper
Who
towels.
did he hurt? Did he throw spaghetti at somebody? Did they have a cleaning bill?
Was somebody assaulted with marinara?
That's something where you just escort him back to wherever he came from, and
Which
go,
was right
"Nope,"
outside
right?
the
Just no,
Olive
don't go back and insult him.
I know. He looked like he attacked himself with that marinara if I saw the picture
Right.
right.
Well, that's from
Right.
him banging his head on the partition in
Oh,
the
yeah,
cop
he
car.
did.
Oh, that's right. We forgot that part.
That's not spaghetti.
Over the
forgot that
breadsticks.
part.
No, he cut his head on the metal
Yeah.
cage, and
He was beating his
It's because
head
he
up
realized he was
Yeah.
about to go to jail over some freaking spaghetti.
Right. He was like, ah. When you're here, you're family.
They called the cops on his ass. If that was your crazy uncle, you wouldn't have called the cops.
You wouldn't have called the cops. You would have called an Uber.
And you're not invited back for Thanksgiving.
Right. You can't
Nope.
come.
Cousin Jeff, get the hell out of here.
Cousin Jeff. Everybody's Jeff. There's Hurricane Jeff, Spaghetti Jeff. I'm gonna laugh if this dude's name is Jeff. I don't think it is.
Is your article guy Jeff?
No, it's Patrick.
Okay, it's
Patrick.
always a Patrick.
I
Or
it's
know.
always
Joseph.
Patrick.
Or Jeff.
Yeah, or
This
Jeff,
kid's
or
Patrick.
Chad.
Well,
Chad.
yeah, it's usually an insane person. But This one I just looked up my birthday, which was October 30th, so I can usually it has something to do with a costume, so this one does.
Hold on, that's my husband's birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Her
we just
birthday
talked about him
twins.
twice. He's Gallagher on October 30th. Okay.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's cool. So, yeah, so that's also my birthday. But Florida man arrested for allegedly assaulting girlfriend while dressed as a dinosaur.
Nice.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, I mean, you know, whatever. A 19-year-old Florida man was arrested for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend on Saturday night. So she wanted to stay in. He wanted to go to a Halloween party with his buddies. And they got into an argument. And he had one of those inflatable,
Like the T-Rex.
T-Rex costumes and was beating her up. And the cops were called. They had to break it up. He was hurling cell phones and breaking parts of the couch.
Can you imagine
Patrick.
this T-Rex? Was he like in full T-Rex? Like was he?
Yes.
He was attacking her like a T-Rex
Right,
though.
that
Like
would
that's
be
why he was like
hilarious.
breaking
With,
the couch. And
That's why he was so angry, because he couldn't get his arms.
I can't reach your throat. So I'm gonna throw this. I can't choke you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I picture.
There's
He's
a
literally
whole lot of
biting the
arguing
couch.
going on.
He's like,
Yes.
doing a T-Rex impersonation when the cops pulled up. Like, what do you even do?
I
Like, you
know.
walk up and you're trying to take it seriously. This is an assault. This
You're
is
like,
serious.
sir, Patrick.
But this man is dressed as a T-Rex, like in his full T-Rex, like he's like doing the noises and tearing up his
Oh
couch.
no, he took off in the car. So he
they
took
didn't
off
get
in
him?
the car. No, and he had taken off the inflatable dinosaur costume once they
Oh.
I
arrested
wanted him
him.
to get arrested with
He's
T-Rex.
no
I
fun.
know.
I want to see him handcuff T-Rex arms.
He's a party
That'd be
pooper.
hilarious. They put like, do they just pin him? They're just holding him by the little
His
arm.
mugshot.
Yeah.
Oh my God, make him take his mugshot in the
that would be
T-Rex.
hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he like folded it up nicely on his passenger seat.
This is because he's 19.
Yeah, it's because he was 19. He like took
Yeah.
out $20 from the bank. Oh,
$20.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
He's on a lamb.
He's like, here you go.
Get himself a pack of bubble gum.
Right?
Out of here.
He was gonna pick up some Taco Bell,
Yes.
destroy his guts for my birthday. But yeah, 19-year-old Patrick got arrested for assaulting allegedly. I guess.
Is there a
Allegedly.
picture of Patrick? I need to see
No, I
Patrick.
can't. Let's see. Let me see if I can find Patrick. Oh, is this him? Oh, Patrick. Patrick looks
Yes.
sad. Look at Patrick. Hold on.
Patrick ruined Halloween, and look at his face. He knows it. He knows he ruined
Patrick.
Halloween.
That's not what I was expecting.
No. Yeah.
No.
That's Patrick.
That's kind of what I was expecting.
He looks so
Yeah.
homely. He looks so
I know.
like
He
chess
looks so
club.
sad. He looks like he knows he fucked up.
That
He
too.
does.
He's like,
I
my
bet
dad's
his-
gonna be so mad at me. His
I
dad
know.
totally owns a dealership.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally. Hey, my dad.
Totally
Getting
owns a
grounded from chess
dealership.
club.
Right? He is not going to be able to join the tennis team.
Lacrosse.
Oh,
no.
lacrosse. What
Poor
is he like
Patrick.
at? Oh,
Plays
Patrick.
lacrosse in college.
Yeah, he's probably a college lacrosse, but they don't want to ruin his future.
Fraternity
Oh,
brother.
God.
Yeah. Well, he grabbed her neck because he's got so much of it. That chin. It's like all little chin. Tiny little chin. Tiny little quivering chin in his mugshot.
Oh, Patrick,
Oh,
Patrick.
Oh, Patrick.
He's just a little babe.
He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy.
Patrick. At least they start them young, though, right?
Right. So, young Florida man,
Young Florida man.
I
They're
think
not
that's probably the
crazy.
youngest one yet, actually.
19.
So this one was posted on Faux Swanky 2015. So Florida man accused of urinating in middle of street directing traffic. Terrence Rouse arrested in Fern Park. This was published April 20th of 2015 at 12:56 p.m. So a 35-year-old Winter Park man was arrested on allegations of urinating in the middle of a roadway while directing traffic.
Was he
Terrence
directing the
Rouse.
traffic with the urine? That's what
Oh,
Wow.
yeah. See, now that would be something else. Like the dancing waters in
right?
Las
Was he
Vegas.
directing the traffic with the stream of urine? Was he like
That would be
pointing them in the
impressive.
direction with the pee stream?
Well, then
I'm just
that would
glad
be
that
an
he didn't
offense.
direct traffic while urinating during a hurricane.
Well, it would probably just go right back up in his face.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to appreciate his dedication to his job. He just.
I don't think that was his job, right?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he was supposed to be directing traffic, was he?
He took that on himself
He
to
wasn't,
do.
you know what? He wasn't directing traffic. He was marking his territory.
Well, see, there you go.
Maybe they
Lived
just
in his legacy.
misunderstood.
They just misunderstood.
He was just flailing his arms wildly while pissing into the wind, and they were like, "He's directing traffic."
He's directing traffic. He had gloves on, so they assumed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's wearing gloves,
And
white
the vest.
gloves.
And the best.
He had a whistle.
had
Yep. They're like, he had a whistle.
And Terrence and Patrick and
Tupac.
And Tupac.
So Terrence was arrested around 1 p.m. Friday in Fern Park on charges of indecent exposure of sexual organs and possession of use of drug equipment. Huh? According.
All right.
Okay, so sexual organs and possession or use of drug equipment. So what drug equipment?
No drugs, just the equipment.
Just the equipment with
so
which
not
to
like
use
possession
drugs?
of drugs or being under the influence, just possession of drug equipment.
You have drug equipment on you, sir.
Right?
I suppose anything could be drug equipment. An apple could be drug
Oil
equipment.
could be drug equipment.
I
Straws,
can make. I've made bongs out of less.
an orange, apple.
I'm just saying, like anything could be drug equipment. A key could be drug equipment.
It was on 420, by the way.
Okay, all right. So it was an apple. They had an avocado and a snorkel.
Sounds like a good time.
So according to the Seminole County Sheriff's Office, a deputy on routine patrol near Lake of the Woods Boulevard and U.S. Highway 17-92. What? Even their fucking
Lake
highway
of
is
the
weird.
Woods.
Spotted two vehicles stopped at the intersection with a man later identified as Rouse waving at vehicles to go around him. The deputy said that he thought there had been an accident. Well, of course, he just pissed everywhere. But he saw Rouse urinating in the middle of two turn lanes while using his other hand to wave drivers past him. The deputy just let me go. He's just in there peeing. He's just like,
Just go.
So the deputy conducted a traffic stop. He reported that Rouse said, quote, "I drank a lot of water and couldn't wait for the light before apologizing." I mean, we've all been there.
Who hasn't?
Right. Rouse was the passenger of the vehicle, and when the driver was interviewed by authorities, he said a backpack inside the car belonged to Rouse, according to officials. Deputies said a bottle with marijuana residue, so I was right. A digital scale and baggies were found in his backpack. And he was arrested and later taken to jail. And copyright 2015 by clickorlando.com. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed. Well, guess what?
Uh-oh, the feds
Daisy.
are coming. The feds are on their way.
I hear him now.
Sponsored
I hear
content.
them in through the window.
Yeah, I am just reporting a story, guys.
Just
that was
something.
I don't know
just-
what led up to those events, unless it really was just that he had to pee that bad. But still, in the
there's-
middle of two lanes of traffic, like you couldn't.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Not even
I
to the
mean-
side. You wouldn't go on the other side of your car, like where you don't have to wave moving traffic around you.
Well, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I know he
feel
was
like it
high, but damn.
Well, you know.
Why couldn't he go in a
A lot of
bottle?
high.
Like,
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I used to
baggies
work
in
with
there.
He had
truckers and they would
baggies in
just go in the bottle.
Yeah.
Because he was
Yeah.
using the bottle as a bong.
Yeah, but it was
Oh,
they
the
mentioned
drunk
it and throw it
equipment.
away.
Just pee it and throw it away.
Get
Like,
another
you could
bottle.
just get some papers.
Sacrifices should have been made.
I know. Well, whatever. I guess he just didn't want to. I don't know what he could have done. I don't know what
Poor
he could have
Patrick.
done. Poor Patrick. Or no, wait.
It was
What was
Terrence.
Terrence.
Terrence. Okay,
Terrence.
Terrence.
Terrence
Poor
Rouse.
Terrence.
So
Mr. Terrence Peepee.
this is the one I got with my I got one with my name. And I don't know that this is really it's sort of a crime. Yeah, or I guess it's more like someone tried to commit a crime and then it didn't happen.
An
So
attempted crime.
the title is
Fail.
Florida Woman Finds Real Love with Man Whose Photo Was Used in Catfish Plot.
Oh,
So basically, so this is from March 23rd, 2022, so recent. So this woman, Nicole, she had gotten catfished by someone using some handsome guy's pictures. He wasn't really that guy, and he started trying to like blackmail her and saying he was gonna like Photoshop naked photos of her from photos she had online, and that he wanted $6,000 and all this stuff. And so she told him no, and blocked him. So the crime didn't actually happen. But then she coincidentally finds the guy whose photo was used in this catfishing. This is them.
Oh, it's getting wild here.
But so she finds this guy online and reaches out to him and realizes it's the real guy whose photo it is. And he's like, oh yeah, people use my photo for catfishing scams all the time. And now they're in love and have been dating exclusively for the past several months.
That's a nice story. Isn't that
weird?
That's a nice story.
But how random that you find the dude whose fake picture was used to catfish you, and then you guys like each other.
But you could never be sure.
And she didn't get bilked out of her $6,000. She told this dude,
true.
go fuck yourself. Like, go ahead, Photoshop a naked photo of me. And what?
I'll release it
and
first.
do what? I'll just tell people,
what?
no, look, here's
That's
the
not
original
me.
photo that's from, and I clearly have clothes on. So fuck
that's
you.
not my teeth.
Yeah.
That's
So I just thought that was
incredible story of like
That
karma.
is a cute story.
right.
You know?
Right.
That was a nice story.
So yeah,
Yeah,
it was
it
a
was.
criminal element, but not.
Right.
It wasn't really about that. It was about the
liked
nice
that
story
story.
after what almost happened.
That was like a
She
winning
said,
story.
take that, Florida man catfish.
That's
Right. Worked out. That's the best
down the
revenge.
real dude.
That's
Love
the
it.
best revenge.
Sure the fuck is. San.
Okay, I have Florida man runs from police directly into an alligator's mouth.
Oh, what?
As an alligator.
I mean, they're
Right?
everywhere. It's
Right?
like dogs.
Benny Hill music going in the background.
Boom, boom, boom. This was May 10th, 2013. When Brian, what's a fun last name? Zuniga?
Oh, like Daphne Zuniga.
Daphne Zuniga.
Yeah.
Zuniga. When Brian Zuniga fled a traffic stop in Tampa yesterday, he had the right idea. Sprint away from cops, jump a fence, and hide behind a water treatment plant.
There you go.
But Zuniga wasn't counting on a justice-loving reptile. He's back in custody. He's back in custody this morning with nasty scars on his face after escaping the cops, only to get mauled by an alligator.
Wow.
The incident started just before 3 a.m. yesterday when a deputy noticed Zuniga swerving in his lane near Pinellas Park. When he tried to pull the 20-year-old driver over, though, Zuniga stopped his car, got out, and sprinted away. He hit a vinyl fence and he kicked his way through and just kept on running. Gotta scroll through ads. 1 second. That was the last police saw Zuniga for about 2 hours at least. That's when 911 got a call from a man who'd just been mauled by an alligator, and he told operators he had been watching fish when he fell into the water behind a treatment plant and a gator chomped on his face and arm.
Oh, all right.
Police quickly realized the victim was actually Zuniga and that he had been in fact attacked by a gator while hiding from the deputies.
So we believe
he
it was a
basically-
justice-loving gator.
A justice-loving gator.
Basically, his pet turned on him, right? That's
Right?
what happened.
That was his pet.
That gator was a narc.
Oh my god.
A bitch is
I love that they
contagious.
said a justice-loving
Yeah.
reptile.
Justice-loving reptile.
That alligator worked for the fucking cops, you guys.
I know, that
Right.
alligator.
Special
Yeah, oh, it's all
undercover
fun
unit.
and games now, but
Special cave
Right?
chomp unit. What do you call it? It's not a K9.
Cave
So
chomp.
what would you call your alligator unit?
Alligator.
Special
it's the gator.
reptile unit.
Is it a G9?
G9.
It's a gator.
Gator 9 unit.
Gator 9?
Calling Gator 9.
it's
Calling
gate-
Gator 9.
But like gator
Oh,
with
gate,
an 8.
G8.
With an 8.
Your
Yeah.
G8 unit.
It's like,
Gate. Like Gator, right?
It's
Yes.
a G8 unit.
That's right.
Gator.
He had a little harness with like
Right.
a sheriff's badge on the side.
So stupid.
Had a gun.
Can
Just
you
ready to go.
imagine like going up to like you have like an alligator as your partner?
Yeah.
You're like,
It's like
good
Turner
boy,
and
good
Hooch.
boy. You're like scratching its chin,
Right.
and it's just like, you're fucking dead now because I'm
He
gonna
gets a
eat
treat.
you.
Right.
Somebody needs to make that movie.
Them bastards gallop.
Like Turner and Hooch, but
Right, that's what I'm saying with like with the gators.
yeah.
He's like, I guarantee you.
Louisiana gator. This is a Florida gator.
Oh, right. My bad. Sorry. I was just thinking of, the bayou.
Right?
Sometimes I'm just
Bayou.
thinking of the bayou. I don't
You
know.
just can't help yourself. On a
I can't
balmy
help
day like
myself
today.
on a balmy
Think
day
of
like
the bayou.
I got mosquito bits.
Yep.
I got mosquito bits and I thought of the bayou and gators.
Yep. That'll happen.
G8 unit.
G8.
We're ACAB except for the G8
Right?
unit.
That's the only
one
cop
we
I
support.
accept is the G8 unit just because that's hilarious.
My face hurts. I'm sitting here dying. I can feel it right there.
I know.
The only cop I accept. If I ever get arrested, well, I'd never be in Florida, but if I ever got arrested, it would have to be from a gator unit or nothing.
Right? That's it. You
Gator
better send the
unit or
gators
nothing.
for me.
You better send the gators for me or
That's the only
nothing.
way I'm going in.
That's it.
I need the
That sounds
gators
like
in
a-
Miami.
That
I'm
sounds like a
taking her
good
in.
shirt that y'all should make is Gator Unit or nothing.
Yes.
That's the only
We have so
way.
many bizarre quotes that like three
I know.
people will send a message and go, you should make a shirt of that. And I'm like, first of all, one of you three will maybe buy it. They asked for the shirt. And then what? You're going to have a shirt on our website that everyone's like,
What does this even
what
mean?
does this mean? It's like totally out of context, like chickle chickle or whatever. And they're like,
Right.
oh, I want a shirt that says chickle chickle. I'm like, nobody knows.
You're
what
like,
the hell
nobody
that
knows
means.
what
I
that
don't
means.
know
You
what
want
it
a
means.
sorted sticker pack.
Right,
There you go.
There you go.
Maybe we can do
That's
that.
the move. That's the move.
So you're our finale, Tessa. What you
Oh
got?
shit, the finale.
Ooh.
Well, I hope that this is
Drum roll,
finale worthy.
please.
I know. Well, this I also looked up like, oh, I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, you scared me.
Your face was so confused.
I was like, oh my god, the feds really are here.
It's the copters. It's the
Oh
fucking
shit,
gator
it's
copter.
Gator Unit. It's
It's
the
Gator.
Propagators on the house.
Just baby
They're
hands.
dropping in. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So, drunk Florida man tries to use taco as ID after his car catches fire at Taco Bell.
This seems
That's a
legit.
good one.
Matthew Faulkner found out the hard way after he passed out drunk in the drive-thru of a Jensen Beach Taco Bell, and his car caught fire. Like, I don't know how, but it
so
did.
now just caught fire.
Yes, it just caught fire. And when the cops showed up, because they were like,
Oh,
Bruh,
your
car's on
your
fire.
car's on fire.
and
You're
he
not
was
moving.
passed out in it, he tried to hand over a taco as his identification when the cops woke him up.
And so he was just drunk.
I guess he was just drunk.
I mean, not just. You shouldn't be drunk and driving in the Taco Bell, but I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't on anything besides
No,
alcohol.
it just says that he was drunk. He had gotten his tacos and I guess failed to pull away.
just
and
was sitting at the end, blocking up the
Yep.
freaking Taco Bell drive-through,
They-
and then on fire.
clarified that they were asking for an ID, not a taco, and he laughed and then began to eat the taco.
So I have two things. I can't, actually, I've just got one thing because I can't remember the second thing. But this is like it's surprisingly normal in Florida that, well, Taco Bell, obviously, everybody loves Taco Bell in Florida. It's so weird. But this is like the third story I've heard about. Like there was one where somebody was going through a bank thinking it was a Taco Bell.
Yes.
Like driving through, and then there was another one I don't remember, but then now this is like somebody actually used a taco as an ID. That's
pretty great.
He apparently what happened, how his truck caught on fire, was
Oh, it
that
does say.
he fell asleep while his foot was on the accelerator and the
damn.
truck was in park.
He was drunk.
Oh.
as
So he was just like,
hell.
"Rah." Well, he
Wow.
was indeed drunk as hell. His blood alcohol content was between 0.227 and
Holy
0.225.
moly.
So he was hauled off to jail on DUI charges. No word on the fate of the taco, though.
Oh, he ate it. It said that. He
I
ate
know,
It
it
What do you
straight
mean
up
no word
said
on
he
the
ate
fate
the
of the
taco.
You said
The
yourself he
taco
ate it.
was eaten.
As it should be. Before you
Well-
go to jail, you got to get that Taco Bell in
Oh,
your
but
gullet.
then you're gonna have to like have them taco shits on the
Oh, in the
toilet.
public toilet
Oh.
in jail.
and your
Oy.
truck caught fire.
That's
Boo.
crazy. That's a
Going
bad
that was
day.
the, that was the
That's a
second
bad
thing.
day.
Yeah,
I've noticed it a lot. Maybe it's a south and southwestern thing, but cars randomly do catch fire.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like I remember it was in 2020. Yeah, 2020 actually. It was between like June and October, anytime I would come back home on our highway, there was always like a wreck, and then about 5 minutes later, you see like a car just on fire. It's weird.
Wow.
I don't know about that. I have to tell my husband all the time, though, not to leave the hand sanitizer in the cars because they're out in the heat. It's been so hot. Well, it'll swell up, but they'll catch fire. They're like combustible if they get really hot. And if it's 110 outside and 118 in the car.
She's like, fuck, I got 15.
I know. You gotta be careful.
A lot of hand sanitizer.
I think if they're in like a darker place, it's not like they'll just
I just keep it in my purse.
So yeah, I keep it in my purse.
Inside with me because it's been hot here. Today was okay, but it's still summer in California.
Nicer today, but it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was 80s here too.
Yeah, I mean, it was foggy in the mornings when I got up.
It was nice
like
this
the last
morning.
couple
And it's
days.
nice actually right now, but the middle of the day was super hot.
Yeah. During hot times, the best hot times, it was hot.
Yep.
So
yeah, we're right there with you, like Texas. So
yeah, same.
It's probably right around well, I don't know. Texas is a big state, just like California is a big state. Like we're at the bottom of California.
Yeah, y'all in Southern California.
Yeah, we're right in between the mountains and the sea.
And
the sea.
You don't have alligators, or maybe you do.
No, we don't, but we are
Not
on a
anywhere
fault
around
line.
where we live, but yeah, lots of. Well, not as many as I remember there being as a kid. As a kid, it seemed like there was more earthquakes, but maybe I just don't even notice them anymore.
Maybe that's it too, because it's just like a thing.
Because my husband, who's from Ohio, he'll be like, "Oh, did you feel the earthquake?" And I'm like, "Nope."
No.
It's
Well,
got to be like a 6.0 for it to register on my scale.
Well, because I got all that shit in all those cabinets, I'm always.
Oh yeah, she's got the like China cabinets. I don't have like.
I mean, there's no
stuff.
China in it. Like, there's nothing
It's
good
like
in there. There's like skulls and eyeballs.
It's not.
And,
It's not China.
No.
It's other precious things.
Oh, there's some my precious.
My treasures.
You
Over here
guys,
trying to drink this ice I spilled on the table.
y'all are amazing, and thank you so much for joining us for Not So Nefarious Criminals.
was
Thank you so
fun.
much for having us. We had lots of fun.
Yeah, this is fun to
we
do.
did too.
Yes.
Can you tell our 4 people where they can find
Technically 3 because I'm here.
Right?
Well,
yeah, we're telling you too.
See, like you're getting the inside scoop.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So-
exclusive.
Where to listen to us
Yes.
is basically everywhere. We're on like every podcast listening platform. And as far as social media, Instagram, Doom Generation Pod, that's where we do our bad photo edits. Fantastically bad photo edits. And Twitter, Doom Gen Pod. And those are really the only social media that we use a ton. We have everything. We have TikTok and even a fucking Tumblr because we didn't know when we started. Like, what do you need? Reserve the name on every fucking
like,
social
just
media.
put it on everything. Like we'll figure it out later. Just get it.
So we don't use them that much, but we've been trying to do some TikTok stuff, but that's always a
But we
harder.
don't understand it because it's
we old.
We don't understand.
I don't get it. I get my teenagers like, come on,
Right.
hook me up a TikTok. I had to have my 17-year-old make us their teenage dirtbag one. I was like, come on, show me.
We don't
I don't know how
do
to
it.
do like put a photo in a photo.
I have
in a
an
photo.
actual picture here.
I know, like here, I
Do
will hand you
something.
physical photos.
They're like
so you make me a
photos.
TikTok.
It came from a disposable camera. You had to take like 4 or 5 pictures of the same thing because you just weren't sure
You just don't know which
if
one
it was going to turn out.
I feel
But
you.
yes,
on
we had a
TikTok.
blast,
Yeah.
and that's where you can find us.
So yeah, we out ya.
All right. Well, you guys, man, this has been a great episode. Thank you so much. Like, seriously, I think I might have just
Thank
gotten
you.
cheek exercise. All right.
we will
and
talk
Sonya,
to
where
you
can we
soon, I'm
find
sure.
you?
Yes.
Anywhere you listen to pods, Nefarious Nightmare. Behind the scenes street team.
Yes.
All right. Well, you want to sign us off, Sonya?
Cheers.
So we used to say, "Don't be a dick and wear
Dick and-
deodorant."
oh, yes.
It's my unopened Waterloo.
Yes.
No,
Don't
we
be a
used to
dick
say,
and wear deodorant.
Yeah, don't be a dick and wear deodorant. 'cause we don't have
Listen,
to
I got a funny, quick story. I wore that shirt the other day, and my nephew is here. He's 6. And he goes, Aunt Sonya, why does your shirt say, don't be a disc? I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Thanks again for listening to Comedy by Indie Drop-In Network. If you would like to nominate a comedy podcast to be featured, just send me a tweet at IndieDropIn. I'd also love to hear if one of our featured podcasts is now your favorite show. Indie Drop-In survives off ad revenue and listener donations. If you would like to contribute, please consider buying me a coffee. Just go to buymeacoffee.com/Indie Drop-In. If you look at the very bottom of the episode description, you will see a link. Indie Drop-In has many other shows that you also might like. Just go to indiedropin.com. All right, we'll see you next week.